That's a fucking jam.
You know, it's always, sometimes you just want something that's a riff. Just want a riff.
Oh, yeah.
That's riff.
You know, I don't think we've made it a secret around here. We're not huge fans of the Brazilians.
No.
Unless there are certain Brazilian female MMA fighters and metal guitar players. That's kind of it. That's where I draw the line on Brazilians.
I'm a fan of Max Cavalera.
Yeah, this cat here, it's Luis Khalil, and dude's like 21 now, but he's been shredding since like 17. You can go back like 4 years ago, some of his videos. He's just a pasty, fat Brazilian dude. Looks like he needs to lay off the feijoada. Now at least he looks like a fucking metal cat. Now I mean he's all skinny and looks like he's been living life a little hard and but dude is a shredder.
Well, shit, man, it's hard to do that style of music and not gain a little bit of exercise benefit out of it.
I don't know, but that guy, I don't know any projects he's been involved in. I guess I could have looked it up, but frankly, some of his individual videos, the riffs that he has, God, this is just riffs for days.
Yeah, and like I said before, sometimes it's just nice to shred,
right?
It's just nice to jam.
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah, I was and then because we put this on yesterday, because you had sent a video of him to me initially, showing off him rocking on some EMGs, which I believe that's what that was.
Well, it's the same track, but
okay, that's his album version.
EMG pulled it down. I don't know why, because I sent it out to you and Ruben and LJ and my bro, and of course he was at work, so and then like half an hour, 45 minutes later, I look and it's like, link not available, because I was getting ready to go back and hit it again because I thought it was so riffy. I was like, God, I got to hear that shit again. Not there. I don't know what's going on with EMG TV.
That is weird because I'm subscribed to him, and it popped up in my feed. And then when you mentioned it was gone, I went back to my subscription. Fuck yeah, not there.
I don't know what's going on with it. So
maybe he used like some sort of racial epithet on the internet, and they had to pull it.
It's the track was Hudson Ushi is the track. Fucking dude has got some legit skills, and he's an ESP cat, ESP LTD. Matter of fact, he did an Unforgiven where he started with a Takamine and then moves over to his LTD, like his white M2.
Yeah, when you initially said the name of that video, I was like, and you said the same thing. I was like, that seems a little counterproductive. That's
well, I thought because he has it up as Takamine versus ESP. Yeah. It's like, no.
But he played the Unforgiven acoustic part with the Takamine, which, of course, props, and then jumped over to the ESP. That's the way to do it. Yeah. They ain't fighting, though. They're working together.
Yeah, it's the dude's definitely it's been a kind of a breath of fresh air, and it's been a really fucking crazy week, really. So
yeah, no shit, man.
I don't know. Well, your happiness and joy continues.
Yeah.
My hatred of the world got a little ramped up earlier, like half an hour before the podcast. So I think I'd mentioned it before. So I'd put in an order. Guild, at least according to the Cordoba Music Group, who owns Guild Guitars, they'd said that they're going to be putting out that 8-string baritone acoustic, which I thought, you know what, that's the shit I need. I need something that rings really good through the middle, but yet has individual strings I can still, finger pick and do some shit like that.
Did it right.
And I immediately thought, let's get that. I got a hold of Wayne at Sweetwater. He's like, oh yeah, man, we can make that happen. And I was like, cool. And I said, well, Cordoba Music Group, this dude, Alfonso or whatever, emailed me and said, yeah. He said, no. He said, Sweetwater should carry it. These are coming out March 1st. I hope you think about buying one. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I am.
Ain't if, but how and when.
Yeah, and that was like right after the digital NAMM, so late January, early February. So I got a hold of Wayne at Sweetwater, and he's like, oh, yeah, man, we can make that happen, of course, He's like, it's going to be a special order because they're not out yet. And I said, yeah, I know. No
trying
problem.
To butter me up, Wayne, by calling it a special order.
Yeah, well, figuring it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. So you guys are going to, they'll come out March 1st. I guess they'll ship them to Fort Wayne, Indiana. They'll do their 55-point Sweetwater shit, and then they'll send it to me, and I'll be jamming that thing by mid-March, right? Kind of. Except no. I got an email from Wayne's assistant, and she, and I've talked to her before. I always... she's always like, yeah, well, this is blah, 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 blah. I'm Wayne's assistant. It's like, well, fucking no shit, lady. I know who you are.
We don't need an introduction every fucking time.
Right, exactly. I'm in contact with you assholes enough. She's like, yeah, she said, got some good news. Your guitar will be shipped, and you should have it by the end of May. I'm like, whoa. And so I immediately go into what the fuck mode.
Yeah.
I go straight to Cordoba Music Group's site. Everything there says March 1st. I go to Guitar World. They put it up there. They'd had a little bit on it that they'd put out a couple weeks ago. There, it says March 1st. I refer back to the email I got from the cat from Cordoba saying, yeah, March 1st. Like, fucking, what's up with this? I know that, like, Musician's Friend and American Music Supply, I guarantee all those assholes are going to be selling those fucking things March 1st. And news alert, March 1st is Monday. So I'm going to have to get a hold of Wayne and say, so are we not cool? I need to cancel that fucking order. I'm not waiting until goddamn near June.
Not if you can get it somewhere else day of, pretty
much.
Exactly.
It's like, wait a minute, what kind of fucking racket? Look, man, I like Sweetwater. I don't love them, but I like Sweetwater.
Well, they do you right.
And every time, though, it's like any time that it's something that's a little outside of the scope of them just, of me just buying strings or whatever, every time it comes down to me trying to get something from them that's not normal, it's like they haven't ever fucking done this before.
It's a task.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm a little aggravated about that.
Well, of course. I mean, I think mid-March is a pretty reasonable assumption of when you're going to get it.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd even like sometime in March, even if it was the ass end of March, man, that's fine. I get it.
Right.
It takes time to get stuff done. Fuck, man, I've been waiting on a box coming in from Laredo, Texas, ever since they got hit by old man Winter last week.
And there ain't nothing in the box either.
No,
it's a box.
It's an empty box that I got to put something in and send it back to them at Sony. And, man, nobody knows where the box is at. FedEx is like, well, there's a label created, but we don't have the box. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
So it might be fair to assume that box ain't even on its way yet.
Yeah, I got on FedEx, and I checked everything. It's like, I want to know the status when that bitch leaves your warehouse. I want to know when it gets on a truck. I want to know when it gets on a plane. Just let me know.
I want to know when it's on the way to my house.
Now, and I'd put in the repair order on this piece of gear February 12th. Well, and then, of course, Texas got it put right in their butt on the 14th, which was a Sunday. So
that was a good day.
And I know they were probably waiting around, and then it's like, we'll get this shit out Monday. No, not the way that weather was down there.
No way, man. God.
And I do feel bad for those folks because, I mean, we get the fist right in the ass every once in a while with this kind of winter shit. They do not down there.
Yeah, but also people around this wonderful country of ours lose their fucking minds when the temperatures the wind speeds get above 40. There are warnings issued in certain spots for 40-mile-an-hour fucking winds. It could be 65-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. Ain't no one saying shit about it.
Yeah. It's like, where's this on the national news? We're right below hurricane force winds.
Fucking Goliath comes and goes. No one gives a fuck about what happens in eastern New Mexico because we get the fist all the time.
Right. Yeah, we're used to it. So that's, But I felt bad for my brother Daryl, who doesn't operate under the best when it requires a homeowner's knowledge of something. And I'm not talking shit.
No, of course.
He's a new homeowner. I mean, basically, so it's like, we got no power, which means no furnace, had a sick dog. I mean, it was a bad week for him.
Yeah, it was a cataclysm.
I felt really bad for that dude. I was like, God damn, if I had a job where I got tons of vacation time, I would have probably taken that week off and drove down to Austin to fucking help out.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. Well, I was about to say, what could you have done? Well, you're a pretty good fucking help hand when it comes to in-house knowledge.
I'm a crafty sumbitch.
Yeah, that's very fucking true. Like, I remember that fucking night. We were, of course, drinking beer and having a good time. And you had wound her down, and I was like, I'm about to do the same. And about 10 minutes before I leave, I just hear like, poop, psh. And I'm like, that sounds like fucking water. I shouldn't hear that.
Right.
And you come in fucking just like, motherfucker, going there. And it's done. It's like, cool, I'll deal with it tomorrow. Thanks, buddy. Bye.
Yeah.
That had happened to me, I probably would have just burned my house down. Say, fuck it, I'll start over.
You got to know where the cold water inlet is on the water heaters and shit like that.
Got to know this. Yeah. You'll probably be coming to rescue my ass down the road. And it'll be March and a beautiful day.
And the only way you gain this knowledge, the bullshit of it is, the only way you gain this knowledge is to have shit just go tits up on you. That's the only way you're going to pick it up.
Yeah.
And
yeah, absolutely.
It's fucking bullshit, but no well. I'm not in the best of moods today. I had my second COVID vaccine yesterday.
Yeah.
And the main reason, I've said the same thing to several people. Because they're always like, ooh, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to get it. No. My thing is this, is that I don't care. I've been shot up full of vaccines from the age of 18 to the age of 24 when I was in the Marines. You know?
Right, yeah.
This isn't anything new. It's a vaccine. I don't care. You know, I'm not smart enough to because the assholes. I love it when they say, yeah, I want to check the research on this. Oh,
yeah,
really?
Go ahead, Harvard scholar.
What are you going to? So when you say you're going to check the research, does that mean you're going on some weird fucking Breitbart site that's like, oh, don't get it, they're going to track you, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or are you going to actually get into the scientific documents that you're probably too dumb to understand what they're trying to say, as far as chemical chains go and everything else within the actual way that the vaccine is manufactured and made.
Right.
You know, and people saying, yeah, well, it'll give you COVID, so I don't want it. It does not.
It's
an mRNA. mRNA fucking. There's genetic material that basically teaches your body how to fight it off.
Right.
Because generally that's the problem with this COVID shit is that it doesn't show an immune response.
Yeah.
You can get it, and your body just goes, oh, well, I don't know, everything's normal, right? No. And I mean, as your lungs are fucking dying on you, you know. So
that's the scary part.
Yeah, and your body doesn't even react. Well, so that's what the vaccine is for, is to make your body know to react.
Bro, let me just stop you right there on the vaccine. All you need, what was that, hydroxychloroquine? What's that shit called?
Talking about the old fat guy and the old blubber titties in the White House?
The hydros.
He's doing hydros.
Doing hydroclonopin. That sounds like a double mastectomy. But whatever.
Hydrochloroquine. Yeah.
There you go. That pill, Z-Packs, and vitamin C, bro. No one be dying.
I think
they
gin.
just don't want you to know.
I think gin and a little tonic water. Right?
This motherfucker comes to my business, and he has to mention how this whole thing is bullshit. Don't get the vaccine. Vaccine will kill you dead. That's been killing people all over the country.
No.
Like, who?
No one.
Who?
No one.
Like, oh, I read it on my computer. And this is an older gentleman. So of course he believes it.
Calls it the Walmarts, I
yes.
bet. Yeah. All right.
He's like, you throw in that Trump pill, some Z-Packs and vitamin C, bro, you're fine. I'm like, cool. You go for it, old timer. You just die the way you want to die, okay?
Yeah, well, if he ain't going to get the vaccine and he's elderly, he's got any kind of health issues, well, yeah, we'll probably be reading his obituary soon.
Probably a lung issue from smoking fucking pot.
Oh, yeah. I guess, it comes in as he's a customer of yours. Yeah. That's what he does.
That's a thing, man. A champion of the far right. He's a champion of the far right, yet he does enjoy coming in and buying a little bit of marijuana cigarettes.
Man, those people, and by those people, I mean the QAnon fucks.
Yeah, you know who you are.
The ones that still think Trump's going to take office come up next on the 4th, I guess, on next Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll be watching TV. That'll be a good day.
Yeah, man. They've been so misled and misguided. If you're trying to figure out how the fuck Adolf Hitler was able to pull off what he did in Germany in 1933, 4, 5, all the way up to, into World War II and shit, look at these assholes. It's the same. It's the same. They're being misled by a charismatic cocksucker saying exactly what they want to hear. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the guy that's in office right now. He's always got that who shit in my pants look on his face.
And that face of getting caught doing it himself.
Right, yeah. Not to mention, he likes to put his hands on children and ladies. Like, ugh. But,
oh, God.
They all suck. I want to go on record saying, by the way, if you aspire to be president of the United States in any way, shape, or form, I think you need to be put on a list.
You go back and look at the podcasts after the elections were solidified. There was no party. That was not a party podcast for Yay Joey B.
No.
That was cool. Who cares?
They're all fucking crooks. Yeah, well, because then Biden, his whole fucking thing was like, first thing I do when I get first thing, I'm going to put $2,000 in the hands of everybody. First priority. Well, he gets elected, and he starts trying to spout that shit, and then all these assholes in Congress want revenge. So they go after old DJT.
Old Uncle Donnie.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's, again, Biden's like, hey, but I promised all these people money. They're like, shut up.
Shut the fuck up, white boy.
So then when he starts bringing it up again, he's like, yeah, I need to get that $1,400 out there. Everybody's like, whoa. 14, you said $2,000. Well, yeah, you guys already got that 600, so. Okay. All right, asshole. So, yeah, it's, fuck it. I know, and we still don't know. I mean, there are people saying, well, we might get it sometime in March. Oh, okay.
I'm fairly certain I'll get my tax returns back before I'll see any Uncle Joe money.
Yeah, actually, I should have my tax return next week or week after.
Yeah.
Which was going to coincide great with buying a guitar, right?
Yeah, if it exists. It's
but I don't know. We'll see. I swear to God, if those motherfuckers jerk me around, I'm going to cancel that fucking order.
Dude. Well, shit. You've thrown all your heavy guitar needs their way.
Oh, yeah.
There's no one else.
Oh, no. I've dumped over $6-7 grand into Sweetwater in the last few years. So.
The G&L.
The G&L,
that was an outside buy.
Yeah, I went to Lubbock, bought that at McLuthier's.
Yeah. So, I mean, but really, that was just kind of like a find.
Well, and that was because it was like $300. Like, ooh, well, I know what an expensive guitar because it was a tribute, but still, it was like a $400 list. I was like, I can get it for $100 cheaper, I'll buy it. Yeah. Not to mention, I really like the humbucker that comes in those blues models that they've got, but, man, it's, I don't know. I don't have any hesitation about thinking about pulling that order. I don't care. And especially today, because to go back to what I was talking about, man, on the COVID vaccine, man, if you're thinking about getting it, fucking get your name on a list and get it. It's way fucking better to be part of the solution than part of the problem.
Very true.
Even knowing what I had to put up with. So, yeah, I got it yesterday, man, and I got home, worked out my arm because it was sore as fuck last time, for like 2 days.
Incessant masturbation, right?
And I was like, man, I don't want to have that shit again. So I got out a dumbbell, which I don't know. It's funny. Sometimes I can't remember my own phone number or address, but I remember exactly where the goddamn barbell was hidden. But
that one.
Pulled it out, fucking worked out for like 40 minutes, standing here talking, bullshitting with you last night, drinking beers, and, and put away a lot of water. I was like, all right, I'll be set. Man, I got up this morning, and I felt like I'd been fucking run over. I had a fever. I had a splitting goddamn headache, and I had like no strength, Wow. It was like all I could do to drag out of bed. I finally do. I take a shower so long I run out of hot water.
Proper. Good to know where your hot water heater is. How it's rocking.
And got to work, and I immediately called the owner and said, "Man, I'm gonna do my job this morning, and I'm going home."
I put it on when I went to work this morning as well, just to hear it, be like, I wonder how he's doing today.
Well, I overcompensate though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I know if I sound a little too cheery, I'm probably feeling like shit.
Yeah. Well, here that was a thing, like. Especially when there was chat about wrestling near the end of it. And that's when I heard it. That's when I heard that, like, I'm fucking done. I don't want to be here right now.
Yeah. Yeah, because probably at that point I was looking at the clock going, man, I got like another 25 minutes before I'm out of this bitch. Yeah, that's the reality, man. It was a hard thing to fucking deal with. But the fever went away and the headache got worse. As a matter of fact, while I'm sitting around this morning doing the job, my lungs start to fucking really hurt, Felt like they were on fire. I was like, God damn, man.
Wow.
I'm looking up all the side effects. That's not necessarily one of them.
Lung fire? Is that on there?
Well, but what I did find out is that your response to that second vaccine is dependent on how robust that your immune system is. And as we know, mine's a little too fucking good for its own good.
Very true. And it hadn't been put in check in a while.
No, I mean, so my rheumatoid arthritis just runs away with its fucking self. Oh, so it should be no surprise today why I felt like hammered dog shit all day. But so the fever's gone. Actually, the headache is gone, and I don't know. I feel a little wore out,
Yeah. But that's understandable.
But other than that, man, that's so I think it's the downside is all beyond me. Actually, the most noticeable thing to me right now is that goddamn arm is sore again.
I almost wish I had the headache still, so I wouldn't be angry about this fucking arm.
That's a weird thing to feel that fucked up because I don't get sick. I just don't.
Yeah.
And so to actually just feel some fucking crazy after effects. I mean, it was bad. For a while.
Yeah. I mean, I rarely get sick too. I mean, I think during the first, I want to say 10, 15 episodes of podcast, there was one where I felt like shit, but I was here.
Yeah.
Sounded horrible.
Yeah, there was one where we were both sick, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and listen to that one.
Yeah, but yeah, so I think the worst of it's behind me. And on top of that, the good news is we got a weekend coming up, so at least if I am going to still feel a little down, a little dragged down, at least I can recover tomorrow.
You can do it in the comfort of your own home instead of being on the 9-to-5er.
Right.
I dig, man.
But other than that, yeah, a little Budweiser will help cure what ails you. So
hey, I plan on burning and smoking mine out.
So here's what we're looking at. I didn't mean to sound Canadian. So yeah,
that was almost Valley Girl too.
God
so right.
So what we're looking at is we're going to do a shortened one this week. We've been trying to do them every other week, but we also like to do it at the whimsy of what the UFC has going on pay-per-view events. There's a big fucking pay-per-view a week from tomorrow, which means we're going to do a normal full-blown podcast start to finish with all the bells and whistles and shit. This week, it's kind of a short little bullshit session, little this, little that. LJ got us his segment for the week, so he's all good to go. I mean, his part's going to sound normal, like a regular one, but for us, it's just a little chatty Cathy session here.
Yeah. Instead of talking hardcore Mead, hardcore metal, hardcore MMA, we're just going to talk about a little bit of shit. I mean, we've been rattling on for over 20 minutes already.
Goddamn, I was planning on keeping it at about 30.
We better get this shit hell going.
What's going on with you this week?
Yeah, fuck, man. No complaints. I gotta admit, life is pretty good. I did almost kill a man today.
With your bare hands?
On my way out here. I nearly got out of my Jeep and fucking went. I don't know what I would have done. But it was
I don't know how that would go, because, if you're mad enough, I could see you probably really fucking somebody up. But it would seem like probably that you would probably have instant regrets and then like kind of try to back out of like trying to murder somebody, and then it might go south for you.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I've never been tested that way. Like, I've never been in a hard scrap. I mean, I've been in little knocked out drag outs, but nothing like, fucking cause via rage.
Right.
Booze, yes. Rage, no. But I had to get the beast washed because the storms and shit made it look like shit. I park on the road, so there's the whole right side of my vehicle looks like ass.
That's why I got a dirt-colored Jeep.
Yeah. So I took it down to those that fucking automatic wash over there by Mickey D's.
Yeah, right.
As long as that meth head ain't there, it's kind of a nice place to go.
Yeah, this dude, I swear to fuck, I thought he was older than me. He's got his ball cap turned around backward, and he's like missing a bunch of teeth, and fucking kind of comes up like, let me take care of this for you. Let me take care.
You want me to hit that button? They pay me money to hit the button.
That dude, and somebody was telling me, wasn't you? Somebody was telling me, like, no, that dude's like 40. He's like your age almost. I mean, goddamn. And he looks like he's had a rough life. Meth is a hell of a thing.
A lot of drugs and a lot of sun. That's what it is. And I've actually seen that guy like going and picking up cans out of the trash when he's there working at his job.
Jesus Christ.
So I go through there. This vehicle in front of me had gone and went through the little air blower thing, and I get in. This motherfucker parks in the right ahead.
The vacuuming thing. Yeah.
No, there is no vacuuming thing because those are the automatic washes. You drive,
so
you get the fuck out
right.
of there.
Yeah.
This motherfucker parks his vehicle and starts drying it off right there. And not in a timely fashion either.
No.
You got time. You got like 5 to 7 minutes if that's what you want to do before you have to move your vehicle.
For the uninitiated, I will point out we live in a place where it can be a hovel. Basically, like, somebody will cobble 2 single-wide trailers together and eye bolt them in and
we'll spackle, call it good.
Yeah, kind of like a fucking redneck double wide. But they'll have a brand fucking new Chevy Camaro in the driveway that's glistening in the sun.
I don't get that priority. I don't get it.
It's a weird fucking... It's like, well, in case I have to live in my car, I guess I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Or trying to get that sweet Eastern New Mexico puss.
That's right. So basically, long story short, I get out of the air blower. That motherfucker has paid me no mind because why? Who gives a shit, right? He already knows he's doing something that an asshole would do.
Right.
So instead of fucking just waiting, just sitting there like, I'm going to wait right here, bitch. You're the one fucking up, not me. I just fucking gun it and go in the stall that's right next to it And my window's down, and I'm calling this guy every fucking name in the book.
Good man.
Funny addendum, though. I was still doing it even as the guy was back there because I was still fucking furious.
Sure.
And this black dude was vacuuming out his vehicle. And I'm pretty sure he probably heard me say, "Goddamn motherfucker," because I didn't have any music on. And dude looks up to me, and I'm just suddenly make eye contact with him. I'm like, and I yell out the window, "Not you, man." I just fucking, I better go before I get really hurt.
Yeah.
But I was so fucking angry, dude.
Sure. No, because it's this fucking thing. Like the only thing that matters is what I'm doing.
Entitlement. It's Portala's fucking entitlement, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah. It's
There's that rage everybody miss.
It's a fucking problem, man. No, and it's because it's a lack of respect to you and what you're trying to do. It's the same. It's the same shit with those idiots at fucking Walmart. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
And I'm not calling out anybody that may work at Walmart that listens or contributes to this podcast, but they have, for some stupid fucking reason down here at the Portales Walmart, they had like their produce shit, and it was all nice and straight across, 90-degree angles and stuff. And then some fucking genius, some fucking nutbag decides, hey, what if we turn everything to an oblique angle?
Yeah.
Okay. Except the problem is this. You create a fucking choke point.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show with that John Taffer back in the day, Bar Rescue.
Right, yeah.
And he'd always talk about how when he's like designing bars with a dance floor, and he said, you put your railing and shit like that right here because, in his words, it creates a butt funnel. So, and this is all, from years ago. I was like, yeah, so you got to go through there. So that means you got to get close to other humans in order to fucking kind of get on and off the dance floor, creating the butt funnel. So that way you kind of have contact, Anyway, it's kind of it's actually kind of an insidious little, and also
a little creepy,
little genius too.
Genius, but creepy in a genius in a creepy way.
Yeah, but but that's fine for a nightclub. If you're fucking trying to do it at a produce section, you can fuck right off.
I'm not here to rub asses.
No. At least not while people are watching. That's what the linen section's for.
Save that for the special times.
But yeah, but it's a distinct lack of respect because assholes will do that and they'll fucking park their carts, just like it's non-pandemic times. Park their carts right there in the choke point and just stand there and bullshit.
Yeah.
Right in front of the goddamn jalapenos, which, by the way, Walmart's jalapenos suck, but
they do.
I can't make it down to the farmer's market here all the time, so.
That's true, yeah. Which I'm like, why the fuck not? I live like a half mile from it.
You do. Yeah. Me, I kind of have to actually kind of go a little out of my way.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's not an inconvenience. My problem with that place. Now, I will start probably going back to that place because now I've had my second shot. I don't give a fuck. I ain't going to catch your shit now.
Bring all life.
Because that's the place where you go and you'll get, I don't want to profile these people, but they'll be walking around wearing their spurs.
Yes.
Chink, chink, chink. No mask.
Yes.
With usually a kid or two in tow. Also, no masks.
Yes.
Coughing. Fucking out in public and it's like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, those people. And usually that's about half the people that are in there.
Yep.
And it's like, all right. The big bad cowboys that are scared of a needle, don't like to wear a mask. I can't breathe when I'm wearing a mask. It's like, what are you, fucking 5? Fuck,
So are you Bryce Mitchell?
I don't. It's, God damn it.
Children need fresh air. Being deprived of fresh air.
I will say this. And these are also the quote-unquote patriots.
Yeah.
They're like,
the champions of our realm.
Yeah. And I'm going to stand there with my AR-15 and I'll fight the government and, because I'm a patriot. They tell me that, and I always, inevitably, I'll ask, oh, you're a patriot. Badass. What service were you in? What?
What now?
What branch? In the Army, the Navy, Marines, Air Force? Oh. No, I didn't serve in no man's army. Oh, well, you're quite the patriot then, motherfucker, because you're not putting your goddamn money where your fucking mouth is, you piece of shit.
And you're too fucking washed up to do anything about it now.
Take it away, LJ.
Everybody, what is up? LJ here for the metal portion of the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. So I got some great stuff for you. Starting out the gate with one of my favorite bands, Alice Cooper. Yes, he has a new album coming out. It is called Detroit Stories. Holy shit. You have to check this out. It sounds great. It's amazing. I love it. Man, there is no reason to teach an old dog new tricks when the old tricks work way fucking better than the new ones. Boom. Next up on this list, we've got Moonspell. The album is called Hermitage, Hermitage. I love this shit. Speaking of old tricks and new bands, I gotta tell you, man, I am consistently impressed since 2020 with what kind of music is coming out these days. This band fucking rocks. There's a song they got called Common Prayers, and it was the first one I clicked on, and I just started clicking on everything after that because it was just so addictive and awesome. Catch this album when it comes out. You've got to hear it. It's amazing. I'm going to pick it up for sure. This is awesome. I want a physical copy of this. All right, next up on this list is Creator with a K. The album is called Under the Guillotine. Well, that's his box set, actually. I'm not sure what's in it, but I'm sure it's some good stuff. If you're a fan of really raspy lyrics and some really thunderously loud music, if what's been on this list so far is too slow for you, then Creator will satisfy that urge to go fast and heavier than you've ever gone in your life. So there you go. Pick up their box set. Next up is a band that just makes me smile reading the name. It's the Melvins. The album is called Working with God. The first song I clicked on for the new album was entitled I Fuck Around. And if you're a fan of the word fuck, then this is your song. They basically took the Beach Boys song I Get Around and just made this song that has this litany of filth behind it. It's pretty funny if you have that kind of humor. Their label is Ipecac, so it basically just sounds like word vomit, where every other word is fuck. So it's hilarious. Go check them out. Oh, God. Calm down, LJ. Got one more band. All right. And finally, rounding out this list, we've got Evergrey. The band's name is spelled Evergrey, one word. The album is called Escape of the... Wait, is it Escape of the Phoenix? Yeah, Escape of the Phoenix. Sorry, I had to double check. This band is pure power. I loved it. It's not super fast, but it is very heavy, and it is a moderate speed. It's one that makes me want to just like jump into a mosh pit and just start rocking the fuck out. It puts me in a concert-going mood, and I would love to see this band live, actually. So, that's your list for this week. Sorry about last time I couldn't make one. I kept having technical difficulties. I record the podcast either the morning of the podcast or the day before, and I try to send it right after I finish it. The problem is sometimes my browser freezes on me, so like I can't type anything in, I can't open anything, and I can't send the email because I can't get to my email. Therefore, I'm recording this a week in advance. This is recorded on the 20th. So if it works, then you'll hear my voice, and if not, then Brandon will tell you why. All right, that's all I've got for this podcast list. You guys take care and buy some metal. Later, see ya! Oh, one more thing before I forget. The Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out April 16th. The Red Band trailer is out, and you guys got to check it out if you're a Mortal Kombat fan. I had my expectations super low because I was like, they're not going to top the first movie. This one does have a lot of fan service, but I think they're going in the right direction with it. So, if you've been looking forward to a Mortal Kombat movie, April 16th, they're going to drop it. Check out this trailer. Show your friends. Show your mom. Show everybody. And that's about it. All right, for real this time. Laters.
Hey, man.
Good to hear him again.
Yeah, he's been doing it so long, been our metal correspondent here for the podcast, is that it feels like a weird week if he's not on with us, and he's been having some real hard drive issues, computer issues and shit, and so kind of cool to be able to, it feels like things are normal again.
Ain't nothing wrong with my hard drive, you know what I mean?
If you know what I'm saying.
Talk about my dick.
Shit. We were, I was hanging out with some coworkers before I left early today. And no, that's when I got up this morning, right?
Oh.
That's like, so I was telling them that there are certain weird fucking rules we have around here.
the rule set of the meat hall.
Sort of. I mean, it's not like hard and fast stuff, but
it are things that happen.
But you're kind of expected, if you ask someone if they want a beer, the proper response, thanks to Bud Light, is, dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
or fuck yeah, or anything along those lines. But I mean, but dilly dilly's that's an acceptable.
If there was a
affirmative.
right answer, like you would get points in a fucking game show if you said this.
Yeah.
It'd be dilly dilly.
There's the other one, the bare naked ladies rule, that if you start off trying to weave out a tale to people, and you start with "it's been," and you pause, that pause has to be discernible for more than about a half a second. And if it is, then you've got to complete the first line of that shitty fucking song.
And you don't have to do the whole song. You just have to chime in like, "Yeah, it's been."
But
and the funny thing is, I constantly try not to leave that gap now. I was
Right.
just like, it's been about a couple days, you know.
Exactly.
Instead of being like, man, it's been. Yeah, it's been.
No, because and we do. We kind of go out our way to look for it. We got Ruben with it a couple of times last week. We got Jack with it yesterday. But it's just those fucked up little, "Oh brother, where art thou" quotes are always appreciated.
Yes,
and
Seinfeld.
sometimes demanded.
Seinfeld quotes.
Seinfeld always. Yeah, it's there are some wacky little goddamn rules around here.
With no real repercussions if they're not followed. You just we just like you more.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, you're not gonna get like a spanking or some shit like that. I'm not gonna take down the pizza peel and fucking whack you in the ass with it. But boy, that's a fraternity party right there.
That'd be a hip little household right there.
But fuck it. You got anything going on the metal side to add into LJ's stuff this week?
Just a few things. Nothing really colorful or nothing. Corey Taylor, frontman of Slipknot.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of these young modern rock bands, including Machine Gun Kelly, which I thought he was a rapper.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very disconnected from that particular style of music.
Yeah, that Machine Gun Kelly, Post Malone. There's a bunch of these cats that kind of identify with some of these metal artists we kind of follow to a degree, to a minor extent, and every one of them every time is like that dude's a rocker. Oh, well, yeah. Unless he's cutting some rap shit, but whatever. Which hey, that's fine. That's fucking possible. It's even likely. Our very own LJ is. That guy is kind of covering both sides of the street. It's just kind of weird to hear somebody at that level who's still not really committed to one genre.
Right. Very true. Metallica performed at Blizzcon in what contributes performing at these days.
Digitally?
Yes.
Yes.
It was on Twitch, right? Fucking Metallica got their own music that they created copyright struck.
Really?
Twitch cut off their audio and replaced it with 8-bit style folk music.
Fucking somebody's gonna have to take the foot off the gas on this shit.
Fucking ghost of Napster's come back like, you see, motherfuckers. Now, and who's laughing now?
A little karma on Lars, but yeah.
And the last thing that I saw that I thought was kind of cool. This guy, Metal Injection, put together a list of a few albums where the album that he's talking about, he believes is superior to whatever the populace thinks is this band's greatest album.
God damn it. I hate it when they do this because music is subjective.
It is, but it's not like there's a right and a wrong here because we're not assholes. We can still appreciate them both. Be like, I can see where you can say that.
Right.
But it's still just like anybody else be like, motherfucker, this is how it is. I was like that 15 years ago. I'm glad I got rid of that. One I do agree with, Seasons of the Abyss is better than Rain and Blood. I agree.
Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah, you got fucking the title track, Season of Abyss, that's a jam. Dead Skin Mask is on there. There's a lot of good songs there. I mean, Rain and Blood, it really is known for raining blood.
Yeah, and that's kind of it. It's a record with a hit on it. Yeah.
There's other good songs on there, but I can't fucking name them right now.
Yeah. Rust in Peace was God. That's actually I'd put that one.
Rust in Peace is Megadeth's magnum opus.
Yeah.
I can't think of an album better than it.
No, that's absolutely top.
Yeah. That's where you start, and then everything else falls.
And then the Slayer stuff. I guess the. God damn. Almost anything that doesn't have Kerry King in it, I'm going to be all right with.
Yeah, shit. Well, the whole Slayer library is cut off.
Metallica, not to sound like a poser, so you can't say Black Album. I almost every time go Death Magnetic. But see, that's the other problem too. Is that I don't like anything pre-Black Album, and that also fucks Master of Puppets for me, which is not fair. But
yeah, Well, you came in late in the game. It doesn't have that. It doesn't resonate with you the same as it does with me.
I was in high school when fucking Master of Puppets came out, and people I consider to be real cunts were huge fans. They promptly converted from Motley Crue fans to being Metallica fans.
That was probably to avoid getting their ass beat, though. Everybody else liked Metallica.
I don't know. Well, but that's the whole thing. There were people with an opinion one day. If you didn't like Motley Crue, you can go fuck yourself. And then suddenly, like the next week, they're running around wearing Metallica T-shirts, acting 100% different.
Yeah.
And also acting like, if you don't listen to Metallica, you're a piece of shit,
Yeah, and at that point, that's where, we'll kick your ass if you don't like Metallica.
It's just, So it was easy for me to ignore that because of the people around me.
I agree.
What's another good one? What's another good one he's got on the list?
Another one I agree with is Slipknot's second album, Iowa's better than the debut. Agree
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
If there's even a fucking argument, you're an idiot.
I'm not a Slipknot guy. That first one's a little raw for me and a little rough around the edges.
That second one is just
the second one's their best.
it is relentless. It is fucking the same way I felt like Ohms was relentless.
Yeah.
That album is relentless.
Oh, which, by the way, we scored tickets for Deftones in Albuquerque September 11th. Right.
That's how I'm celebrating 9/11.
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to do? The observance of them poor dead folks in New York City. Rocking.
I'm going to be singing my tits off.
Rock out with my cock out.
I'm going to have my arm around a drunk man I don't know. We're going to be singing Poppy songs and Deftones songs all day. Which, speaking of Deftones on his list, he thinks Around the Fur is better than White Pony. I have to disagree. It's great, but Around the Fur was a transition out. Like Adrenaline, raw, unrefined fucking skill and rock. Around the Fur, they're trying to get their fucking sound. White Pony, they found it.
Yeah, the argument I could see against that is because of the fucking success of White Pony.
Yeah.
If you're a writer for Metal Injection, you're gonna try to find the thing that might be a little unpopular among some other people.
Okay, I got two more.
Okay.
And these are two that you can actually really weigh in on.
All right.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Okay.
Secret Treaties is better than Agents of Fortune.
Yes.
I kind of have to agree,
Yeah.
too.
No, absolutely. No, without a thought. Yeah. Yeah, no. Secret Treaties is the one. It kept fucking me up for the longest time because I knew what the album cover was, but I could never remember the album name. But but the tracks that are on that, I can recall when Daryl bought that shit on vinyl back when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
and it was and I was blown away by that whole fucking record. Yeah,
I'd never because when I was reading this list before I came out here, they had listed a song Dominance and Submission.
Yeah,
but then I was like,
oh yeah, no, that's a fucking jam.
Oh my god.
Yep.
And then, of course, it has Astronomy.
Yep.
Which I'd never heard their version or that version of it with the jaunty haze,
Right.
It took me a while, but it fucking grew on me.
Yeah, I prefer it over Metallica, but that's because I'm old. But
Yeah, Flaming Telepaths, good stuff. Good stuff. Last one. This one might be a little divisive. Master of Reality, Black Sabbath, better than Paranoid.
Oh.
That's kind of tough, isn't it? I think it's tough. It's not as black and white.
Do you have a quick track listing, or because it's goddamn it, it's been a long time since I listened to either of those records. I'm pretty sure Master of Reality, I think, has got to be. I think I prefer that one if I recall. Is that the one that's got War Pigs like the last track?
I'm fucking familiar with like the first three. Fucking, I know them in my mind.
Master of Reality?
The first three tracks on there is Sweet Leaf is the opener.
Right.
Let's see here.
Sorry. I didn't turn my goddamn phone off this week.
But yeah, you got Sweet Leaf, you got Children of the Grave, After Forever, Into the Void, Solitude's on there.
Yeah.
Which that is one of the most underrated Ozzy Osbourne fucking involved songs out there.
Oh, yeah. No, you would not think that's Ozzy on that track.
No.
Okay, Paranoid is the one that has War Pigs. I was wondering, I've got to go, you know what? Damn it, I got to go Paranoid because it's got War Pigs on it. It's got Paranoid, obviously. Planet Caravan. What a caravan. It's got Iron Man. It's got Electric Funeral on it, Hand of Doom. Rat Salad, which isn't all that great. Fairies Wear Boots. That's a fucking album.
That is
right
pretty stacked.
I'd go Paranoid. I got to disagree.
Okay, Planet Caravan or Solitude?
Planet Caravan.
That's a tough one for me.
Well, it's only because I think
And not saying which one is better, but just your own personal preference.
well, that's it, because I think where you're concerned, and I find myself doing this shit, I fall in love with shit I'm not terribly familiar with.
Yeah,
And
I really do.
Compared to stuff I've been listening to for 20 years.
If it hits me the same as a song I am familiar with, then I fall in love.
Right.
Fear Inoculum hadn't been, well, it's not that I discovered that, but as far as my love of certain music goes, that thing has not left my CD player since it went in there.
Right. All right. So let's talk about this. We're going to close with it. There's a band by the name of Sunbomb.
Oh, no, I thought we were going to get, shit.
With Tracy Guns and Michael Sweet, who you might recall of Stryper fame.
Yeah, very. You know, the heavy metal band love them some Jesus.
Because, yeah, well, no, he was the asshole that, if you can recall, like in, what was it, Guitar Player, or one of those magazines at the time, Hit Parade, I don't know, back in the day.
Parader.
And he had said, he was the first one to acknowledge, he said, well, yeah, the Christian angle's great because we're not going to sell that many records without it. So, yeah, at least he knows.
That is
At least
true,
he knows what
man.
side his bread is buttered on.
Christian folk love them some rock and roll.
Yeah. And
it's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's so bad. You can't be in a heavy metal band and praise Jesus.
Yeah.
It just don't sound right.
No.
You're fucking repurposing music that wasn't meant for you.
Talk to Nick Bocott from Grim
Get him
Reaper.
on
He'll
the
let you know.
fucking phone.
He'll let you know. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to close out. Yeah, Tracy Guns and Michael Sweet from Sunbomb. No Tomorrows.
Spoiler alert: Michael
full,
Sweet sucks.
He sucks terribly. We'll be right back at it next week. Full show, normal show next week. And by normal, I mean, well, of course, we have a pay-per-view that we're going to be fucking getting into.
I was like, define normal.
Hopefully.
What's that mean?
Everybody's been missing weight so much lately. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to fucking get
Yeah, it's
into
kind of
that.
a scary fucking thing.
A little bit, right? And especially, and you'd even point out, it's not a good look ahead of a fucking fight card that's going to cost everybody $65, $70,
That's true.
right?
Still gonna buy it
Yep.
as long as those title fights hold. I'm there.
Yeah. All right, Sunbomb sucks, but I'll let you go ahead and figure it out for yourselves. That's what we're going to finish up with. And
Abbreviated picks. What you drinking?
Budweiser.
Me too. What are you jamming?
Oh, anything but Sunbomb. Probably some old school Black Sabbath now.
Yeah,
I've looked at the
I'm gonna
track list.
go something off of Seasons of the Abyss.
Yep.
Dead Skin Mask.
Gotcha. And then no fights. Well, there's fights tomorrow, but we don't really care. Right?
Yeah, if you're watching them, fucking enjoy the tits out of them.
Yep, indeed.
199 episode coming up next week.
Oh.
After that, 200, bro.
All right.
We're gonna do that fucking virgin sacrifice.
Get your vaccine. Be a good human being, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Fuck you, John Schaffer.
Hate this shit.